Welcome to Chicago Blackhawks hockey, reimagined. The city of Chicago has been transformed, where its famous tall buildings, beautiful bodies of water, and lush green space all surround a hockey rink that's getting ready for a big party. So come on aboard and wish a happy birthday to Tommy Hawk. We're ready to ride and celebrate the lovable mascot as the Chicago Blackhawks host the Dallas Stars. It's a beautiful day in Chicago, and from a wonderful outdoor rink just outside the United Center, we are ready for a good time. It's Tommy Hawk's birthday, and it is great to be celebrating it with you. Hello there, everybody. I'm Chris Fosters. This is Dominic Moore. We are your hosts for a very special day of Blackhawks hockey. Dom, we have a lot of fun things planned, but first and foremost, happy birthday, Tommy Hawk. The bird loves to have a ton of fun. We're going to be celebrating him all day long.
And he's a Hawk worth celebrating, that's for sure. No one more popular here in the city of Chicago than Tommy Hawk, for good reason, right, Chris? We know how much he loves to party. We know how much he loves to dance. We know how engaging a personality Tommy is, so no surprise to see all these friendly faces out here to celebrate alongside with us.
Well, you know what? All of his guests are here, but we're still waiting on the main attraction, Tommy Hawk himself, to arrive, and here he comes right now.
Oh, that's the famous L train. Now, that's your preferred mode of transport to get here to the United Center, isn't it?
It sure is, Dom. You're absolutely right. I was, of course, on a train a little bit ahead of Tommy. You know, my call time was, I had to be here so I didn't spoil the surprise. But yes, Tommy is here. He is ready to go, and so are we. We have a lot of great special features planned throughout the day today. Some really cool scenic shots around this outdoor rink. A lot of the Blackhawks players who are playing in the game today will be wishing Tommy Hawk happy birthday. So got a lot of fun things planned.
Do you bring a gift for Tommy there, Chris?
Well, I don't want to spoil the surprise. I mean...
Well, I just want to know if you came empty-handed or not, that's all.
I did not come empty-handed. You know, Tommy loves confetti and silly string and T-shirts, so I got him a little gift bag of stuff like that.
He loves all kinds of things. I also know he has a voracious appetite, so stay tuned for what I brought him, because that's something he loves more than perhaps anything else.
All right, Domino, I can't wait to see that. I tell you what, Tommy Hawk also is great on social media. Here he is taking a selfie in front of that iconic Chicago landmark, the Bean. I think you can look for that on Instagram later today.
Yeah, everybody loves to see those snapshots of Tommy. And again, we know Tommy, we know how much he loves to have fun. So this is going to be such a great day, and we couldn't have asked for better weather here in Chicago for this great party we're going to have today.
You know, we know about Tommy's interests too. He's a great dancer, Dom. Check this out.
He is. His dance moves are legendary. Maybe we'll see some more as the day goes on. I know you've got a pretty mean Macarena yourself, right, Chris?
That's true. I do. Check it out. I've been practicing it all day. By the way, you look really good in a Blackhawks sweater. You played in a lot of NHL games over the course of your playing career. You look good in Tommy Hawk approved attire today.
Well, thank you very much. You know, I played for 4 of the original 6 teams. Those are the original NHL teams that were part of the foundation of the league, but never for the Blackhawks, and I have to say, I really love the look and feel of this. Pretty snazzy.
Well, no time like the present, and you know from playing at the United Center, one of the great traditions before Chicago Blackhawks home games is the singing of the national anthem. So let's go inside the United Center right now for the national anthem. Stars through the perilous fight. Gosh, Dom, whether you're celebrating Tommy Hawk's birthday or just going to a game in real life, that national anthem is awfully special.
It certainly is, isn't it? Stirring stuff there.
Gosh, this is a really tall candle. I've got frosting all over my shoes. I don't know what I'm going to do about that.
What is this, red velvet? What do we think this is here, Chris?
Either that or strawberry. I don't know. We'll have to find out after the game. I tell you what, we've got some players, a lot of them, but a few that we want to spotlight in the game today between the Blackhawks and the Stars. And beginning with the Blackhawks, they've got a teenage phenom named Connor Bedard. He was the first overall pick in the NHL draft last year. He's having a great season. What do you think makes him so special?
Well, we can't say enough about this gifted young wizard, Connor Bedard, the cornerstone of this newly rebuilt Blackhawks team. In every game, he gives us something special. So he's a wizard, he's creative, and he's so much fun to watch. We're going to see a little bit of that here tonight.
Gifted young wizard. Yes, he's got plenty of magic in his hockey stick, no question about it. The Dallas Stars have, well, a lot of young players, too, who are really exciting. And one of them, Wyatt Johnston, actually has been a teammate of Connor Bedard's before, not in the NHL, of course, but Wyatt Johnston's having a good season, too.
Yeah, it's amazing to see so many of these kid geniuses here in the NHL. The Dallas Stars, they are a team that are at the very top of the league standings in the NHL, so they're a great team. Not anyone expected Wyatt Johnston to be a cornerstone of that team.
No question about it. So we are closing in on puck drop here between the Blackhawks and the Dallas Stars. And, our friends at United Airlines are going to drop the puck, not literally, but, well, actually, yeah, they are. They're going to drop the puck out of an airplane, and here it comes paragliding in. That's a pretty cool view, Don, don't you think?
Wow, that is unbelievable. Look at that.
We've got a puck drop from an airplane, and we'll have a puck drop on the ice really soon. But I tell you what, we got to get down off this big slice of cake here.
We might need a shovel here to dig ourselves out of the icing here.
A shovel and I think a ladder as well would be very helpful.
I hope the Windy City doesn't blow out these candles.
No question. So far, so good. We know Tommy Hawk's here. We know some of his friends are here. We've got some really exciting features planned throughout the course of the day today. And, of course, a hockey game. I mean, what better way to celebrate Tommy Hawk's birthday than watching a game featuring his favorite sport and his favorite team?
Well, it's a tall order here for the Blackhawks playing against such a great team in the Dallas Stars, but nothing would make Tommy happier than a win on his birthday, that's for sure.
It really is a fabulous view here. And we are just about ready to drop the puck between the Blackhawks and the Stars. Connor Bedard ready to take the ice and looking to give Tommy Hawk a birthday surprise, a win. I don't think Tommy Hawk, of all the gifts he's going to get today, I don't think he wants anything more than a win.
No, there's nothing he loves better than seeing that red goal light go on when the Blackhawks score. I hope to see that a lot of times here today.
You see the L train moving by. A lot of people typically park in that parking lot there, Dom, but they understand it's a hockey game today.
What lot is this, Chris?
It's lot A usually, but there's some auxiliary lots and spaces and things like that people can park. You didn't park in lot A.
I'm pretty sure I parked in lot A. I have no idea what they did with my car.
I am so sorry to hear that. I think we're going to have to wait until after the game at this point to figure out where exactly your car is, but here we go, underway, Blackhawks and Stars, and the puck already in the Blackhawks defensive zone, Dom. That's the zone where their goalie is.
That's right. Both teams have an offensive and defensive zone, and they want to protect their net like it's a castle. They all want to be in front of any shots, protect. The goalie is the last line of defense, Chris, and they don't want to let anyone from the other team get anywhere near their goalie.
Each team has 5 skaters plus a goalie, of course. And of the 5 skaters each team has, 3 are forwards, more offensive players, and 2 are defensemen. What are some of the differences between those positions?
Well, a hockey team is kind of like an orchestra. You need some drummers, you need some guitarists, you need some, different parts of the band that work together to make it all work.
Well, and speaking of an orchestra, here's a whole cast of characters here. Tommy's friends from some of the other Chicago sports teams I see. Southpaw, Benny, Staley, all cruising up the Chicago River on that flotilla of sorts.
So that's a good way to get here. I should have taken the boat instead of driving my car and getting it towed.
Yeah, well, I took the L, so planes, boats, automobiles, trains, lots of different ways to get to a hockey game here. Stars have the puck on the Blackhawks side of the ice in their defensive zone, and that's a shot blocked. And remember, Connor Bedard, number 98, he's not on the ice right now, but he's a player to keep an eye on for the Blackhawks in that red sweater.
Yeah, and you'll see these players, when they get the puck, they don't want to give it away too easily. They always want to keep the puck with your team, and it's a hot commodity. You'll see these players competing for that puck throughout the course of this game.
You've got the shadow and the puck tracer so you can follow the movement. It is pretty hard to see. It's a fast-moving object made of vulcanized rubber and frozen before games, Dom, so it doesn't bounce too much on the ice. But sometimes it bounces no matter what.
Well, it does. I think we're light years ahead of what they used to play hockey with way back in the olden days, which was frozen cow dung, Chris.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
I'm glad we've come a long way from those days, for sure. Did you play with frozen cow dung? Is that
I can't say that I did.
Okay, that's good. You're not that.
Yeah, I'm not quite that old, Chris.
By the way, I hear that all the time, vulcanized rubber. What do you have to do to get the puck vulcanized?
Oh, it sounds like a chemistry experiment to me, but I think all it means, Chris, is that it's very, very hard. Kind of like the tires on your car. They're not soft, are they? Or maybe yours are. That's
They're
why
not.
You take the train.
I could use a little bit of air in my tires, that's for sure. Unlike the Blackhawks, we're 3 minutes into the first period today, and that's a drive by Mackenzie Entwistle toward the net. Scott Wedgwood is the goalie for the Dallas Stars who made that save.
You'll see this game moves quick, and that was a great chance by Entwistle. These players are so fast, but you know what moves faster even than the players? The puck, and that's why these players often pass the puck so well, because the puck is a great way to move the puck up the ice for your team.
All right, a whistle and a stoppage in play, and quite simply, Dom, the object of hockey is to score more goals than your opponent.
It is, and so we mentioned that the teams want to defend their net. That's because we don't want the Dallas Stars to get the puck beyond that goal line, that thin red line right in front of the net. If the puck crosses that line completely, it's a goal. So the Blackhawks are trying to put it behind that Dallas netminder, and the Dallas players are trying to do the same at the other end.
We'll be sure to sprinkle in lots of Tommy talk from Tommy Hawk throughout the game today. You know, it's his birthday, and he wants fans of all ages to be able to learn and understand this game. So keep your eyes peeled for more Tommy talk as the game goes on. Puck in the Blackhawks defensive zone. They're trying to clear it out to center ice, the area in between the blue lines. And here's Connor Bedard stick handling the puck into the offensive zone for the Hawks. That pass blocked, and a shot by Jason Dickinson didn't quite get on net. The Stars clear it out to center.
You see the way Connor Bedard came up the ice there. He's so creative, and actually a word I would use for him, Chris, is slippery. He's really tough to get a hold of. He's the kind of guy that could dance in puddles and not get wet.
Ice is slippery too, but it's amazing how the players are so gifted on their skates. It sure doesn't look like it. They skate as easily and as naturally as most people walk.
Well, they sure do. A lot of these players started skating even at the age of 3. And so they've learned from a very young age to get comfortable on those blades.
Rope Hintz working the puck below the goal line on Wyatt Kaiser. The goal line, Dom, as you know, is that red line that stretches right across the mouth of the goal from one end of the ice to the other.
It is, and there's a few lines to pay attention to. There was Tyler Johnson from the Blackhawks picking up the puck at the red line. That red line in the middle of the ice divides the ice in half, and so you'll see you have to cross that red line before you send the puck into the other team's end. There's a shot just wide of the goal, and Colin Blackwell over to play it for the Hawks.
He's been injured a little bit lately. It's a physical game. Good to see him back on the ice for the Blackhawks on Tommy Hawk's birthday. Now Miro Heiskanen on the puck, and his pass blocked by Jacob Magna, one of the two defensemen on the ice for the Blackhawks right now, in addition to the three forwards.
One of the most important things that both of these teams are thinking about is you always want to get that first goal of the game. It really helps you get off on the right foot, as they say.
They call that an icebreaker, don't they?
Oh,
first goal of
well
the game.
said there.
Yeah.
No pun intended, right, Chris?
No pun intended. And there are lots of good puns in hockey, that's for sure. Won't be able to get to all of them today.
We'll try our best,
We'll
though.
try our best. Tommy Hawk would certainly want us to get in as many as possible. Great sense of humor that he has. All right, there's a whistle a little more than 6 minutes into the game. And 18-year-old Connor Bedard is a big deal. He won't turn 19 until July. He's expected to lead the Blackhawks back to greatness. Let's meet Connor Bedard.
I'm Connor Bedard, center for the Chicago Blackhawks. I first learned to play hockey when I was 4 years old. My favorite player growing up was Sidney Crosby. I think my greatest moment as a hockey player is getting to play in the NHL. I mean, that first game's really special, and I got to have family and some friends there and stuff, so it was a really cool moment. I got a few superstitions. I think a lot of it's more routine, just kind of every day being almost the exact same. So I feel like it gets me in the right kind of state of mind. My favorite TV show, I watched Suits this year. It's pretty good. I think one that I've watched the most episodes of is probably Family Guy, though. My favorite video game, I think just like the Wii Sports stuff was pretty fun, like whatever, tennis, bowling, all that, and then Mario Kart was pretty sweet. If I could be an animal, I'd be an eagle, because I think flying's pretty cool, and they are like kind of the top third, I guess. The best thing about my birthday is it is the calendar emoji, so I feel pretty special.
I gotta say, that is pretty cool that Connor Bedard's birthday, July 17th, is the calendar emoji on your phone. Jason Robertson in tight, and that puck was in the blue painted area, Dom, called the crease. Blackhawks did a great job getting it out of there before it went in the net.
Yeah, it was a close call there. The Dallas Stars ever so close to getting that all-important first goal of the game.
There's another shot and a save by Peter Mrazek, number 34. He's the Blackhawks goalie today.
And you see all that equipment that the goaltenders are wearing. Mrazek, the Blackhawks goaltender, just made another good save with his pads. And the reason the goalies wear all those pads is because we already said that puck is hard rubber, and these players can shoot the puck, some cases over 100 miles an hour.
It amazes me that once upon a time, goalies never wore masks or really much padding of any kind to stop that puck.
Back when they played with the cow dung, Chris.
That's the
No,
same
I'm
era.
just kidding.
Not long thereafter. Tell you what, this is turning into a good history lesson today on Tommy Hawk's birthday. He plays the center of attention, and center is one of the positions along the forward lines in between two wings. That rounds out the group of three forwards that you'll see on the ice at a given time.
Yeah, one of the things that we'll see, we saw one to start the game, is a face-off. And the centers are the position that usually take the job of winning the puck for their team. And that's an important part of the game as well. So there's differences in those positions that you talked about.
Puck is thrown in from center ice all the way behind the Blackhawks net. No score here in the first period. Looking for our first goal of the game between the Blackhawks and the Stars. There's a shot close to the net, and Peter Mrazek, the goalie, covers up the puck. That results in a stoppage in play. All right, here we are at this outdoor rink just outside the United Center. Let's take a look around. Why don't we, Dom? There's all kinds of great scenery in the great city of Chicago. There's Tommy Hawk's float gliding up the Chicago River. I'd love a ride in that.
That looks like a lot of fun.
Have you ever been to the Bean, by the way?
Oh, yeah. But can you tell us more about it?
Well, that, I think, is a kidney bean, maybe. In canned form, it looks a little bit different than you might be accustomed to seeing. But one of the many great landmarks in Chicago that you can see on display here from right outside the United Center as part of Tommy Hawk's birthday in Chicago.
You know, I'm waiting for the gift I ordered Tommy to arrive.
Well, it's kind of late.
Well, you know, I wanted to surprise him, you know, and keep him guessing of when it would come. But again, I think I told you, I know what one of the things he loves best, and I know he has a big appetite, that Tommy.
All right, let's go to our replay here. And there you see Peter Mrazek covering up that loose puck. Goalies can do that. And when they do, it stops the puck and you have a face-off from your team's defensive zone.
Exactly, and you saw those players in front of the net, the Blackhawks players trying to push the Dallas players out of the way. They don't want to let the Dallas players get to that puck after the Peter Mrazek has made the save. After the goalie makes the save, they want to make sure the Dallas players can't get to it. The Dallas players, on the other hand, they want to get in front of the goalie and make sure that he can't see the puck, because if he can't see it, it'll be hard to stop. So the goalie, all he cares about is being able to see that puck and make sure it doesn't go into his own net.
It's kind of a lonely position, isn't it? Every other skater on the ice is trying to score the puck, and the goalie's the one guy trying to keep the puck out of the net.
Well, we always say the goalies are a little bit of, you know, a different bird. And, you know, it makes sense, because not many of us would want to stand in front of a puck going at them 100 miles an hour.
Our feathered friend Tommy Hawk is a different bird as well.
He sure is, and he's a great bird.
Well, there's the face-off that Dominic just talked about from the Blackhawks defensive zone, and the Stars are possessing the puck a little bit more than the Blackhawks are right now at this stage of the first period. That pass down low a little bit wide of the net, and it's kept just inside the blue line by the Stars. Now the puck pops up in the air and gets out to center. Chris Tanev is on the ice for the Stars, number 3. He's after the puck now, and there's Connor Bedard. Connor Bedard grew up watching Chris Tanev when Tanev played for the Vancouver Canucks, and Chris Tanev was one of Connor's favorite players.
He sure was, and you know, that's one of the special things about these players is that a lot of them, they're just living a dream they've had since they were a kid, playing against the players that they used to watch on TV. So to see a teenager like Connor Bedard living his dream and inspiring others to do the same. Maybe some of the youngsters watching the game at home today will be inspired to follow in his footsteps and someday be on the ice with Connor Bedard.
Well, it's really cool to be playing on this outdoor rink. The Blackhawks will be playing outdoors in the Winter Classic. They'll be playing that game up at Wrigley Field, the home of the Chicago Cubs, of course. I know you've played in some outdoor games during your career, Dom. What's that like?
It's pretty darn special, I have to say, Chris. You know, we get the wind through our hair as we skate down the ice. It's a pretty good feeling. Hockey, a lot of us played outdoors as a kid, and so being able to have these special moments playing outside like we are here today is pretty darn amazing.
Yeah, great weather. There's Southpaw, Staley, Clark, Benny. Great cast of characters on hand. All right. NHL players are the best hockey players in the world. So how did some of the Blackhawks get started playing? That's the question. Here are the answers.
I was probably 2 or 3 when I started playing hockey and skating, so I was pretty young.
I started skating probably around 3 years old, just in the backyard, and started on my first team at 4, and just loved it ever since.
I started skating when I was around 3 years old, and then playing hockey probably around 4 or 5.
I first learned to play hockey when I was 4 years old.
I learned to play hockey when I was 4 years old.
I probably learned to skate when I was about 4 or 5, didn't play on my first team until about 6 or 7, I think.
My dad was always a big hockey fan. He played growing up, and so did his brother.
My dad, he was a big fan, and he played, and we were always watching it, and just was something I was always interested in.
Because my dad, he played, so he put me in hockey, and yeah, I just kind of rolled with it, and I fell in love with it as a young kid.
My dad played actually for a long time, so that's kind of got me and my brothers into it.
I had an older brother that played hockey. He was 3 years older, so followed in his footsteps.
My cousin, Mark Edward Vlasic, played for the San Jose Sharks and still does. So that was a huge reason of why I kind of wanted to pursue a passion for hockey.
What got me interested in hockey, I think, was just going out and having the kind of creativity to just play with your friends, play like 2-on-2, whatever, just kind of fool around. And I also love to watch hockey, so those are kind of the two things that stick out.
Well, it's just like you said, Dom, a lot of these players have been skating since they were really little.
Yeah, that counts for me as well. I had 2 older brothers, and you know, you want to do what they're doing, and so a lot of these guys have started very early. But whether you come to the game early or late, it's always there for you. And you know, biggest thing is just not being afraid to fall, because skating is hard, and there's a lot of falling at first, but then, especially kids, they get the hang of it pretty quickly.
You do play with a lot of equipment, helmets, shoulder pads, elbow pads. So that cushions the blow a little bit, but these guys are moving so fast that, yeah, sometimes it does hurt. When you fall or when you block a shot, when you get in the way of a puck, that can hurt too sometimes. Stars have the puck now from just outside the faceoff circle, and it's taken away by Tyler Johnson, number 90 for the Blackhawks. Dumped back down low by the Stars below that red goal line again. And the Hawks are trying to, what we call, dig the puck out of their defensive zone. Alex Vlasic does just that. And the puck kept in play by Wedgwood, the goalie, and now Radek Faksa has it for the Stars. He's hit. And the loose puck picked up by Ryan Donato. He shoots off a stick and out of play.
That's a pretty good start for the Blackhawks here again. The Dallas Stars are one of the very best teams in the whole league. And so to get through the first 10, 12 minutes here on even terms is pretty good. And we'll see if the Blackhawks now can take advantage of this faceoff. Again, the faceoffs are so important because that's how you start with the puck. And if you win a faceoff in the other team's end, like the Blackhawks have a chance to do right here, you might give yourself a chance to score.
Our thanks to the Balloons for dropping the puck on every faceoff to resume play in this hockey game celebrating Tommy Hawk's birthday. We saw Tommy Hawk arrive on the L train before the game. He's around somewhere, probably with his friends and fellow mascots right now. Kevin Korchinski passes the puck to Connor Bedard, the 2 teenagers on the Blackhawks roster right now.
Korchinski, the youngest defenseman in the entire NHL.
Stars have some young players also, as the puck was iced there.
Yeah.
What is icing?
It's the stuff that you put on the top of a birthday cake, of course.
Oh, yes.
Maybe everybody knows that. No, in hockey terms, if that's what you're asking, Chris, icing is, I talked about that red line that separates the 2 ends of the ice right down the middle. Well, if you send the puck to the other team's own end before crossing that red line, they call it icing, and they bring it back for a face-off in your own zone. And the reason they do that is because they don't want to just be able to shoot the puck down. That wouldn't make for a very exciting game. So that's why we have rules like icing.
Tommy Hawk a little bit bummed about that, because that means there's a face-off in the Blackhawks defensive zone when the Blackhawks ice the puck. So that means it's very close to the Blackhawks goalie when play resumes again. Wyatt Kaiser and Mackenzie Entwistle battling for the puck, along with Jared Tenorti.
Another thing that you'll see, Chris, is, and there's another icing. You saw how right there, good example, the Blackhawks sent the puck down the ice. No one touched it. It went all the way down. So now we'll see the Balloons bring that puck all the way back to the Blackhawks end and drop it again.
And our thanks to Bell Tire for providing that awesome tire swing for Tommy Hawk. I can tell you, speaking from experience, having a tire swing in your backyard, that is a great time.
I think that puck just went off the goalpost there, Chris. A really close chance for the Stars again.
And that puck gets out of play over the boards, which is the name for the wall that encircles the ice.
Yes, that's one special thing about hockey. You can't just run out of bounds in hockey, and it is a contact sport. kind of like those bumper cars at the theme park, the amusement park. And players often try to bump into each other as they try to win that puck for their team.
Puck is dropped by the Balloons again, and there's a big shot saved by Peter Mrazek. That came from Chris Tanev from just inside the blue line.
That was a great shot from the blue line there, and another excellent save from Peter Mrazek of the Blackhawks.
Puck is loose right at the blue line now and played on into the Stars' end. Thomas Harley is paired with number 4 Miro Heiskanen. That's a D pair for the Stars that you'll see on the ice in tandem. Here's Andreas Athanasiou. Keep an eye on him, Dom. He is really fast.
Yeah, he can turn on the afterburners like he has here. Wow.
Puck slips off his stick just a little bit wide on the glove side of the Dallas goalie, Scott Wedgwood. Hawks are trying to keep the puck in their attacking zone a little bit here. Seth Jones now with the pass up to Blackwell at center ice.
And here where you see the Blackhawks, they don't want to give that puck back to the Dallas Stars, so they're trying to find ways to pass it around and keep it with the red team.
And the Blackhawks and the Stars play in the same division, which means that you play that teams in your division a lot over the course of an NHL season. So this is already the 4th time the Blackhawks and the Stars have played each other. And does it get easier or harder when you play a team more than once like that?
I wouldn't say either. You obviously know what to expect from having played them a lot, but sometimes these rivalries, and a rivalry means that you love to hate the other team. And these teams have played each other a lot, so they know what to expect, but they also really, really want to win.
And there's a lot of passion and a lot of competition over the course of an NHL game. And Jason Dickinson steals the puck for the Blackhawks, and that shot is kicked away by Wedgwood. A great scoring chance there for Jason Dickinson of the Blackhawks, who has 21 goals this season, the most goals he's ever had in a season, Don.
He sure has. He's had an amazing season, and he's one of the veteran players on the Blackhawks, and a veteran means that he's been in the league for a long time, and the Blackhawks have added a few veterans, Dickinson, Nick Foligno, and these guys are there to help be sort of like big brothers to some of these young stars.
Well, Dom, you've been talking all about the foods that Tommy Hawk likes. Mm-hmm. He loves Chicago-style deep dish pizza.
That's what I ordered for him.
Well, what are some of the Blackhawks' favorite foods? Let's find out.
My favorite snack's probably just fruit. I'd say like a bowl, like blueberries, raspberries, something easy, but yeah, that's probably it.
I don't know, I like cookies. Maybe I'm gluten-free, so maybe like some like gluten-free Oreos.
Anything chocolate, like I could eat Oreos or even like chocolate chip granola bar, anything like, I could eat anything with chocolate in it all day.
Candy. I got a sweet tooth.
I'll go potato chips.
Sour Patch Kids or something.
Anything sour, really.
Milky Way.
Skittles. Skittles are my favorite. I like Reese's peanut butter cups.
Anything that's sweet, I'll eat.
I do Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I liked Cinnamon Toast Crunch growing up.
If I'm being really bad, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but on the daily, Honey Nut Cheerios. Raisin Bran.
I had Vector a lot as a kid. I haven't had it recently, but that was definitely as a kid, I'd have a lot of Vector.
Reese's Puffs are up there now for sure. Those are probably my favorite.
Lucky Charms.
Some sort of meat, like beef or something, I guess.
Pepperoni.
Sausage.
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
I'm a big margarita guy from my pizza, so I just have it cheese and yeah, that's it.
Pepperoni, classic.
Yeah, well, we saw those Blackhawks' favorite foods. You know, my mom used to tell me I ate too fast, but after seeing Tommy Hawk consume an entire deep dish pizza in about 8 seconds, I don't know if I'm that bad.
Well, if you're at a party with Tommy Hawk, it's okay to eat fast because there will be none
There was
left
nothing
if
left.
you don't. Yeah, the way that guy scarfs down deep dish pizza. Well, here's
That was
Jason
impressive.
Dickinson, Dom, ready to take
Yes.
the face-off. He does a lot of that for the Blackhawks.
He does. He does a lot of these little things well, including the face-offs. And the face-offs, again, it's kind of like if they dropped a cookie in front of you and I right here. We'd fight over it, wouldn't we?
They sometimes call a puck a biscuit, so I think a cookie tastes better, you're right. Philip Kurashev plays the puck behind the net. Actually, he saw it hit the back of the net. Jason Dickinson was after it for a moment, but Essa Lindell with the pass to Matt Duchene, and he loses the puck, but a big save by Peter Mrazek, and the puck right on the goal line now. Kevin Korchinski trying to keep it out of the net and help his goaltender.
Well, we've seen a few close calls here in front of the Blackhawks net. None closer than that one. Peter Mrazek has been excellent so far here for the Blackhawks. He is one of these players that's been in the league for a while now, and it's nice to have some of that leadership around. And here's a look at that chance. You're going to see that puck sweep through, and there's some extra help from number 55, Korchinski, bailing out his goaltender.
Peter Mrazek has had an excellent season for the Blackhawks. He's played in over 50 games this season, which for a goalie is a lot. We typically have 2 goalies on a roster, maybe 3. There's a shot from Jason Robertson that Peter Mrazek stops no problem.
Yeah, and you'll see another save from Mrazek. You saw the way the Dallas Stars pass that puck around before they take the shot. You know, sometimes teams, they don't want to shoot the puck too quickly because their goal is to try to shoot the puck when the goalie is not going to be there to save it. And Jason Robertson was the player that just took that last shot, and he is one of the young stars for Dallas, and he has a favorite superhero who is who?
Spider-Man.
Oh, good choice. Good choice.
And Seth Jones on the ice, number 4 for the Blackhawks. His favorite superhero is Superman. A lot of good options there when it comes to picking your favorite superhero. Rope hints, that pass broken up by Alex Vlasic.
That was a great play from Vlasic there, and he used his wingspan. Tommy Hawk would be proud of that wingspan. Vlasic is 6'6", a tall drink of water, and he was able to use that reach to stop the puck on that play.
Vlasic is a local kid. He grew up in Wilmette, Illinois, not very far from where we are right now in downtown Chicago. Seth Jones tracks that puck down from behind to stop the rush by Joe Pavelski, but the Stars still have it in the Blackhawks' end of the ice. Alex Vlasic has it again.
And a great play from Seth Jones there to get back and stop that breakaway. A breakaway, for everyone at home, is when a player is alone on the goalie. It's no one between the attacker and the goalie, but Seth Jones was able to recover for the Blackhawks and stop that chance.
Puck taken now by Ty Dellandrea of the Stars. Sam Steele out wide on the ice with a shot from distance, kicked away by Peter Mrazek, and you saw the speed of that shot appear on the ice. Now Andreas Athanasiou feeds Colin Blackwell, and the puck stopped by Wedgwood. Here's another Tommy Talk point. What is a save, Dom?
Yeah, well, basically it's when the goalie stops the puck from going into the net, and that's what the goalie's job is. And we already talked about what the players are trying to do. Number one, you'll try to see the players stand in front of the goalie. We call that a screen, so that the goalie can't see the puck. And the other thing we'll see is the players try to pass the puck to make the goalie move, because if the goalie is just standing still, it's really hard. But if they pass it, a lot of times you have a better chance to score when you shoot that way.
Wyatt Kaiser passes to Colin Blackwell. Blackwell, that pass blocked. Kept alive by the Hawks. A shot and a save by Wedgwood from Lucas Reichel, number 27, who takes the puck back for the Hawks at center ice. Jamie Benn passes it into the corner for the Stars. Benn wears the letter C on his jersey, Dom. That means he's the captain of his team.
It is, and he's been around the league for a long time. Another player we use that word veteran for. And again, it's important to have players of all different ages. You need to have some young stars and then some players with experience that can help lead the team.
Mason Marchment with the shot there for the Stars. Most teams have one captain and then a few more alternate captains. They wear the letter A on their sweaters, which is what we call a jersey in hockey. And the Blackhawks do not have a player wearing a C on his sweater this season. Jonathan Taves was the longtime captain for the Chicago Blackhawks for 15 years, and the Blackhawks are waiting a season before they assign another captain out of respect to Jonathan. Puck behind the Blackhawks net. Matt Duchene passes to the blue line. Miro Heiskanen works his way down the wall. That shot behind the net and picked up by the Hawks, who exit to center ice. But the Stars take the puck right back. Duchene driving around Kevin Korchinski, and his pass into the slot broken up by Landon Slager.
Yeah, and you use the word slot there. That's this area right in front of the net. So between those two circles, we call that area the slot. You'll see the teams trying to score, try to put the puck into that area because it helps to be able to shoot the puck from that area. It really gives you a better chance to score.
Well, everybody vanished. That means the first period is over. 20 minutes in, and 2 20-minute periods remaining. No score as we reach the first intermission, and as we go to break, the Blackhawks players wanted to get in on Tommy Hawk's birthday wishes.
Happy birthday, Tommy Hawk.
Happy birthday, Tommy. Have a good one, bud.
Tommy Hawk, happy birthday. We love your support at the games and couldn't do it without you.
Oh, happy birthday, Tommy Hawk.
Happy birthday, Tommy Hawk. Have a great one.
Happy birthday, Tommy Hawk.
Happy birthday, Tommy Hawk. Have a good one.
Hello and welcome to Blackhawks Intermission Live along with Tony Granato and Adam Burish. I'm Ruthie Polinsky. We will have more of our special animated broadcast between the Blackhawks and the Stars coming up in just a bit. It was just a few years ago that Connor Bedard and Kevin Korchinski were kids learning the game of hockey. Recently, the two rookies visited Canoon Magnet School to get some of the students a taste of the game.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
What's up, fellas?
Okay, who are we going for? Is there one guy you want to get? The one guy you want to hit here? No? Just everyone?
Floor hockey? I haven't played a lot of floor hockey. I played hockey for a while though. How about you? You like floor hockey?
Yeah.
That's nice.
What's your favorite subject in school? Math? Nice. I wasn't very good at math.
You're wearing 98?
No, I already hit 98.
Hit him again. He doesn't like to be hit. If you give him a big like, he won't like it.
What's your happy dad?
Sorry?
What's your happy dad?
I don't have one. What's yours? Nice.
He said that you guys are superstars.
No, not superstars. Just guys.
You're a sniper, eh? 2 goals? You? You should play on my line. Yes! Yeah! Let's go. This guy's got a hattie.
What made you go into hockey?
My dad played hockey, so I wanted to be like my dad.
How many push-ups can you guys do?
In a row?
Like 5,000.
Yeah. I'd like to see it.
We don't have time.
So cool to see those two guys in that situation. How important is it, just from your experience, for the players to interact with the community and with kids who may be unfamiliar with the sport?
Yeah, I think the one thing it does do is it gives the hockey players, in that case Kevin and Connor, a chance to relive their childhood things of remembering what it meant for somebody that they kind of idolized or looked up to show up at one of their events. And for me, I remember as a little kid when a hockey player, and Stan Mikita in particular, came around when I was around, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And so it's a very impactful thing for all those kids. But on the other side of things, for Connor and Kevin, I'm sure it was really exciting for those guys as well.
When I was a kid, I used to go to Tony Granato's hockey school.
Yes, you did.
As a matter of fact.
You were the best and hardest worker.
Well, thank you for that.
Yes.
You're nice to have. But he was one of my idols, and so I remember asking questions. So these kids, when Connor Bedard walks in, and it was kind of neat that he looks about the same age as some of those kids, but ask those guys questions and pick their brain. And if you want to know something, what's your silly dance or what's your favorite celebration? Great chance to ask those guys that. When I was a kid, I got to be around Tony and go to his hockey school and ask him some questions. So pretty neat.
Just so cool to see them interact with the kids, and kind of you get to learn about the player off the ice as well in those situations. So great stuff from those two as well. All right, stick around. More Intermission Live is coming your way as we celebrate Tommy Hawk's birthday with a special animated broadcast of the Blackhawks and the Stars from the United Center. We'll be right back.
Tape my stick.
You tape my sticks.
Play sewer.
Play sewer.
Nap for sure.
I need to nap, a little nap or just closing my eyes.
I get a coffee in me as soon as possible.
Drink probably 2 coffees.
And a coffee. I need to eat well.
Eat breakfast.
Need to have a Nutella sandwich.
Hang out with my wife and baby.
Get to the rink definitely a couple hours early.
And listen to my music on the way to the rink.
Welcome back to Blackhawks Intermission Live with Tony Granato, Adam Burish, and the birthday bird, Tommy Hawk. I'm Ruthie Polinsky. Guys, did you have a very specific game day routine? What was something that you had to do before the game?
It sounds pretty consistent with today's players. The nap, tape your sticks, eat the right thing for your meal, get your rest. But rest was one of the most important things. And that meant a good night's sleep before the game, and it did mean a little nap before, and eating right and doing things so you had the energy when the game did start.
No one's better at a power nap.
And some good tunes too, right, Tommy? And do you take a nap game day? Yeah. Big time napper.
Big time napper. Yeah. Well, because you have those kind of gaps in the day, right? You have the morning skate, and then you have the game much later. So you have so much time to kill there.
And what it does do for you is it makes the game come faster. If you sit around all day and wait for the game, you're like, come on, I want to play the game. So the nap takes a little bit of time away that you can not only rest, but the game happens faster.
How about any superstitions? Anything?
I wasn't too superstitious.
Okay.
No, it was just kind of like I'd take my nap, I'd eat my lunch or eat my dinner before the game, and then I'd tape my stick the same way, but nothing too crazy. No, not for me. I just wanted to get out there and play.
Same?
Not a whole lot.
Okay. Yeah. Pre-game meal?
Boring. Well, meal for sure. Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
I'd have spaghetti.
Yeah, I was chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice.
Okay. Yeah. Love it. And we never wavered, did we?
Never.
Spaghetti?
Birthday cake today, right?
Cake. Yeah.
Cake.
That's what Tommy Hawk does. All right, we have the second period coming your way. Tommy, you got to get back to the United Center. We got a lot of work to do still, a lot of hockey to play. Have fun, Tommy. All right, the second period between the Blackhawks and the Stars coming up next. We will see you back here in just a little bit.
All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the National Hockey League is expressly prohibited. Welcome back to Tommy Hawk's birthday celebration. One period in the books, that means there are 2 more to go, and we're still looking for our first goal to celebrate Tommy Hawk's birthday. It's the Blackhawks versus the Stars. Tommy Hawk is in attendance, of course, with his best friends from the Chicago Sports Mascot Club. I'm your host, Chris Fosters, joined by former NHLer Dominic Moore. It is great to be here with you today, and Dominic, let's take a look at the first period stats. All right, now these are some very, hard-hitting numbers that we got to take a look at here. We're talking about cupcakes eaten, presents opened, balloons popped. Now, the Stars, I think it would be in their best interest to wish Tommy Hawk a happy birthday, don't you think?
Well, you'd think. So, the edge for the Stars and the shots on goal, but the Blackhawks pretty much dominated the period in all other categories.
Agreed, especially in birthday wishes for Tommy Hawk. I mean, the Stars, I think they'll come around eventually. They know that it's a festive atmosphere here as well. There weren't any goals in the first period, but we do have some highlights to show you from the first 20 minutes of action. A physical game, as all hockey games are, and some big saves from Peter Mrazek for the Blackhawks.
Yeah, the goaltender, Peter Mrazek, was excellent. A few close calls, including some help from his friends, in that case, the defenseman Korchinski, and then a couple good looks at the other end. You mentioned the speed of Athanasiou, one of the Blackhawks players. But Tommy Hawk will be waiting to celebrate not only his birthday, but a Blackhawks goal very soon.
And we were at the jumbo cake that they've got for him here as well. He was voted the mascot of the year in the National Hockey League last year. I mean, he's got a really impressive resume.
Voted by his peers, I assume? I mean, that's an honor right there.
It really is. There are some great mascots across the NHL and in Chicago. But for Tommy, he wanted to celebrate his birthday watching his favorite sport and his favorite team. The only thing missing from the equation right now would be a Blackhawks win. And as we get back to the ice from Lot A, just outside the United Center.
I'm pretty sure I spotted my car actually now, Chris, on that high view we saw coming in, floating in over the ice. I think I saw it out. They must have just towed it over to the corner there.
I was really nervous because, once your car gets towed in Chicago, it's awfully hard to get it back.
Yeah, you might never see it again.
Well, there are the two goalies in this game. Scott Wedgwood for the Dallas Stars. You saw Peter Mrazek a moment ago for the Blackhawks. Of course, Connor Bedard is on the ice in this game, number 98, who's the future of the Blackhawks franchise as the Hawks are rebuilding right now, trying to get back to the top of the pack in the National Hockey League. All right, the puck is dropped and we're underway. The Stars in the white jerseys, the Blackhawks in the red. Blackhawks are moving with the puck from left to right, but the Stars just took the puck in the Blackhawks defensive zone, and that shot blocked by number 72, a defenseman for the Blackhawks, Alex Vlasic.
Yeah, that's the second play we've seen from Alex Vlasic where he stopped a good chance for the Stars. So a defenseman doing what a defenseman should do and doing a great job at it.
Here's Joe Pavelski, a forward for the Stars. That means he's one of the players that, generally speaking, is a little more offensive-minded, right, Dom?
Yeah, a lot of times you'll see the forwards are a little bit smaller. Not all the time, but not a general rule, but a lot of times the defensemen are bigger, have bigger reach because it helps to have, long reach, and, they use their stick to disrupt the play. And then the forwards, they have a little bit smaller, a little bit quicker, and they create offense and create chances with their skill and their speed.
Matt Duchene is really quick for the Stars. He had the puck a moment ago. It's deflected back out to the top of that circle you see, and it gets all the way to Peter Mrazek, who stops the puck to make the save.
And just to touch on that point again, we know a lot of the Blackhawks defensemen are some tall drinks of water, 6'6", 6'5", but a lot of the forwards, they're smaller. Connor Bedard and, Tyler Johnson and a number of the other Blackhawks forwards, Colin Blackwell, they're not the biggest guys, but they're quick, they're agile, and they make plays.
We've talked a little bit during the game, Dom, about what a defenseman does. That's our latest Tommy Talk point. And sure, they want to keep the puck out of the back of their own net. They want to help out the goalie, but they also are important passers. They want to get the puck to forwards some of the time and start the puck moving the other way up the ice.
That's exactly right. They win the puck back, and then they want to send it to the forward so they can head up the other way. So every player has more than one job to do on the ice, and a lot of them try to help out in different ways, and sometimes the defensemen even get in on the offense too, try to score.
Here's Miro Heiskanen, a defenseman who's actually pretty far down in the play.
That's a good example right there. He's a player that not only defends, but he likes to jump up and try to score some goals and make some goals for his team.
Thomas Harley passes down the wall, and there's a shot into traffic picked up by Kevin Korchinski for the Blackhawks. And they carry it into the attacking zone. Tyler Johnson, it's taken away by Miro Heiskanen. Johnson gets it back for the Hawks, and Jared Tenorti lost control of the puck over that blue line, so the Hawks were offside. Great to have our friends from Xfinity watching the game here today. We want to talk about offside a little bit, Dom. I don't think we've gotten to that yet.
Yeah, that was a great example there. And, offside, it basically just means that the puck has to go into the other team's zone before any of your players can. And so it's one of these rules that we have to make sure the game stays fun and exciting. It wouldn't be much fun if you could just wait down at the other team's end and, just hang out, and we call it cherry picking down there. So offside makes sure that everyone has to wait for the puck to cross the blue line before the players can. And that only goes for the offensive team.
I think Tommy would probably like cherry picking on his birthday, but just not.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Game.
Yeah, with that appetite, he's always hungry, and so he's looking for anything he can get his wings on or his talons on.
A big slice of the cake gone already, and we saw him crushing.
Devour that deep dish
pizza. Rope Hintz at a big save by Peter Mrazek, as Hintz was really close to the goal.
I'm still waiting for one of those Chicago-style hot dogs, by the way. I've been, seeing the sign, and, my mouth's been watering since the first period. Here's a look at that chance. Another excellent save from Peter Mrazek. This was a chance from that area we called the slot. That's a very dangerous area and a clear opportunity for the Dallas Stars, and another great save from the goalie.
Well, Connor Bedard is on the ice right now for the Hawks, and he passes it all the way to center ice between the two blue lines. Stars take it right back.
One of the things about Connor Bedard, of the many things that make him special, is he not only has a great shot that he can score with, but he also is a great passer.
There's a shot from Connor Bedard, and the puck deflected up and out of play to the top part of the end wall, the wall behind the net.
And you see the way the players pass the puck, and they get to areas where they know they're going to have a little bit of room to get a shot off. And that's another thing that makes Connor Bedard special. He has a magical talent of almost seeing the future, Chris. And that's from playing years and years of hockey. He knows when something happens, what might happen next. And that is an amazing talent that he has to see what's going to happen next. And they call that, in hockey, there's a word for it. They call it anticipation.
Well, this is a talent as well for Tommy Hawk and the other Chicago mascots doing the Macarena.
You have that talent. We know you do.
I got in on the fun before the game, that's for sure. Had a little dance party.
Yeah, and that's one of the many reasons why Tommy Hawk is so popular and why there's so many friends here today to celebrate with him.
Got balloons dropping the puck on each face-off as we get back to play. Just under 4 minutes into the second period, and we have our first power play of the game. This is the first penalty that's been called today. And as you can see Tommy Hawk gesturing, it's a slashing call on the Dallas Stars. So what happened here, Dom?
Well, basically it just means that someone hit someone else with their stick. And, the sticks are made of, a hard material, and we have rules to keep everyone safe and keep the game fair. And so if you use your stick a little bit too recklessly, then it's kind of like getting a timeout. You got to go spend 2 minutes sitting out on the side and wait for your turn to come back and play again.
So break out the party hats. The Blackhawks are on the power play. That means they have one extra skater than the Dallas Stars for 2 minutes in this case. A minor penalty lasts 2 minutes. But Chris Tanev and the Stars have the puck now. It's broken up in the slot by Seth Jones, that area between the circles. And here come the Hawks back to work on the power play. Philip Kurashev after the loose puck, and he spins it in down the wall, but it's taken away by Esa Lindell. Stars still wearing their helmets as they're on the penalty kill.
You know, what you'll try to see if the Hawks can make their way up the ice is they'll look for what's called a one-timer. And that is a certain kind of shot where when you get the pass, you don't stop it, you shoot it right away. And they call that a one-timer, and it's a great chance to score.
Connor Bedard, he scores! Break out the popcorn. The Hawks are on the board on Tommy Hawk's birthday. That gets Tommy Hawk going. And what a shot from Connor Bedard. I think he's going to give the puck to Tommy.
Well, they didn't need the one-timer shot because it was a laser beam from the boy wonder. And here he comes down. He works his way into a shooting position, and what a shot. Knocked the popcorn off the net, knocked the popcorn out of my hands when I was watching that. What a play from Connor Bedard. Wow.
I think that popcorn was Chicago style, Dom. That means it's caramel corn and cheese corn mixed together. It's the best.
Yeah, I still got some all over my desk here.
We'll work to either eat it up or clean it up, whichever you'd prefer. But guess what, Dom? That was Connor's 22nd goal of the season. We mentioned he's the youngest player on the team, and yet he leads the Blackhawks in goals. Very impressive.
To be so young in such a, at the best hockey league in the entire world, and to be doing so well is truly unbelievable. So, bright future ahead both for Connor and for the Blackhawks.
Now, because that goal happened on the power play, the penalized player for the Stars is allowed to come out of the penalty box and rejoin the game. So we're back to what's called even strength again, 5-on-5. Wyatt Kaiser with a rocket of a shot behind the net, and the Stars flip the puck out to center ice. Kaiser's got it again for the Hawks. Here's Lucas Reichel through traffic, and a save rebound, and did that go in? It was awfully close. It did. It's a goal for the Blackhawks. And suddenly it's 2-0.
And the party is on here at the United Center. I was just going to say how important it is after you get the first goal. Look at Lucas Reichel turn on the afterburners and split the Dallas Stars defensemen, who both fall down. Here he goes right through the middle, and then he passes it off. What a heads-up play. And it's Athanasiou that follows up and puts that puck into the empty net. What a goal from the Blackhawks. Wow.
Well, that's really cool to see Andreas Athanasiou score that goal, because it's his first of the season, Dom, and we are pretty late in the season right now, but Andreas missed a lot of time with injury and is back in full health, and great to see his hard work pay off there. There's another try from Connor Bedard, and the Hawks are really feeling it right now, up 2-0 with just under 14 minutes to go in the second. Dom, we had a chance to ask members of the Blackhawks a lot of questions, and we got some pretty good answers too. Let's start with an easy one. Who was your favorite NHL player growing up?
My favorite player growing up was, I really like Sidney Crosby and Jonathan Toews.
My favorite player growing up was Sidney Crosby.
I had a lot of favorite players growing up, probably Drew Doughty, Duncan Keith, just those D-men that won the Stanley Cup multiple times. So yeah, those special players.
My favorite player growing up would have been Daniel Alfredson.
Kind of when I got a little bit older, I really loved Mike Richards, who played for Philly.
Marion Gaborik, just from Minnesota, I was always a Wild fan, so he was the scorer there and was always the guy I wanted to be like.
I think my favorite player growing up was probably my cousin Mark Edward Vlasic. He was a defenseman just like myself, and like I kind of said before, just the biggest reason of why I wanted to play hockey.
Those are some great answers. Who were your favorite players growing up, Dom?
Oh boy, you know, I really liked Steve Yzerman, who was one of the stars and captains of the Detroit Red Wings. He was a guy that I admired a lot. How about you?
I like Brett Hull because he scored a ton of goals.
That's always a plus. Got to have a guy like that on your team.
Connor Bedard has scored a ton of goals in his rookie season in the NHL. He's got one already today. And another goal from Andreas Athanasiou as the Blackhawks feeling good on Tommy Hawk's birthday. You see the beans spinning around in the background. We've got some great Chicago scenery surrounding this outdoor rink just outside the United Center.
And a lot of times the Blackhawks players, you saw them talking before this face-off. A lot of times the players, they want to set up a certain play where they could try to get a clean shot if they win that face-off. So you'll see them talking beforehand, coming up with a plan.
Tommy Hawk's working on his post-game birthday plans right now, but a lot of hockey left as the Blackhawks are playing a really good Dallas Stars team that already knows it's going to the playoffs after the regular season ends. And they'll have a chance to compete for the Stanley Cup, the best trophy in all of sports.
Boy, it sure is. What a special trophy that is.
Jason Robertson with a pass blocked by the Blackhawks. Joe Pavelski throws it across the ice. Chris Tanev passes it down low towards the net. A kick save by Mrazek, and he stops that shot as well from Esa Lindell, number 23. Well, we mentioned the presents that we're giving Tommy, Dom, and he's got a few more to open up right here. Isn't that nice? Clark, the Cubs, Southpaw, Staley.
He's gonna need like a big, semi-truck or something to bring home all the gifts from everybody here today. So many friends.
His roommate, Benny the Bull.
Of course.
They both live at the United Center, obviously.
They have bunk beds there, or how does that work?
No, it's a big place, so they have their own bedrooms. It's pretty nice.
Okay.
They don't have to share. They share, the ice or the court. They share that part of the United Center, but they get their own rooms, which is good. Well, here comes Colin Blackwell for the Blackhawks, and the puck pushed away by Scott Wedgwood in goal. Blackwell and the Hawks trying to build a 2-0 lead in the second period. It was scoreless after the first period. Miro Heiskanen now. There's a drive saved by Mrazek. Blackwell on the rebound and picked up at center by Thomas Harley. Here's Matt Duchene, and that pass a little too far out in front allows the Blackhawks to clear it to center. Blackwell in the direction of Nick Foligno, but here come the Stars once again. Check out this view from the puck on the ice. Woo. Makes you dizzy.
Moving quick. You can actually feel the freeze underneath us too here.
I think I saw some snow too. Really cool seeing the puck go behind the net like that. And gliding all the way down to the Stars side of the ice.
You can see the players fighting over us here.
That's on the wall when you battle for the puck. It's sometimes called a board battle. Tied to Landria, couldn't get a shot away for the Stars. Blocked by Jared Tenorti, one of the big defensemen on the ice for the Hawks. Here's a board battle right here, Dom. Ryan Donato nudges it out. Donato played college hockey at the same school you did, Harvard.
That was a good line rush there for the Blackhawks, but now it comes the other way.
Foxa, a shot, stopped. No, it's still loose. In the slot now, Mackenzie Entwistle is on it for the Hawks.
2 more amazing saves from Peter Mrazek. He has been a star here today.
And there's a goal for the Blackhawks. Seth Jones. It's 3-0. And Tommy Hawk is going crazy.
And you hear the horn blaring. I can't tell you how often it happens that a huge save, but look at that rocket off the stick of Seth Jones fading away, almost like a fadeaway jump shot, but this one was a fadeaway laser beam to the top corner, or like we like to say, the top shelf, Chris, of the net. What a shot. And 3-0 for the Hawks. Wow, Tommy's got to be thrilled with this.
That's also a really cool goal for Seth because he grew up just outside of Dallas. So he's kind of playing against his hometown team here with the Blackhawks against the Stars. Another save by Peter Mrazek, and the puck behind his net. It's sent up to the blue line, and Mrazek off the blue paint to knock it aside again.
And we've talked about the goals, all 3 of them for the Blackhawks, but we cannot forget to mention how much of a star the goaltender, Peter Mrazek, has been here today. And again, right before that last Blackhawks goal, he made 2 more outstanding saves.
This is Maverick Bork on the puck, number 22 for the Stars. He's playing in his first ever NHL game today. You remember playing in your first NHL game, Dom?
Oh, I sure do. One of the most special days of my whole life. Again, living a dream that you imagined as a kid, stepping onto the ice and playing in the NHL. What a moment. So these players will help him celebrate today, win or lose.
Rope Hintz has the puck for the Stars. Looking for his teammate Miro Heiskanen. A deflective puck ricochets up toward the blue line.
Yeah, you see the way the Blackhawks are protecting the middle of the ice. And that's what they try to do. They want to keep all the Dallas players and that puck to the outside.
Protecting the castle, like you sometimes like
to say.
It.
A fortress.
Many of you watching this game spend your weekdays in school, and guess what? The Blackhawks once did that too. We asked them what their favorite subjects were and what subjects were not their favorite. Here's what they said.
My favorite subject was probably English. I struggled a lot with the math and science and stuff, the numbers, so I like just kind of writing stuff down more.
I liked math growing up, but I was never good at it. But I think it's interesting, like when you do understand it and you're like successful with it, it becomes really fun and like interesting to learn. But
up until about high school, math was always kind of my go-to, and then got a little bit away from that as it got harder.
Math, I loved math.
My favorite subject was probably math, other than gym. I think everybody kid's favorite subject's gym.
I liked history and math probably.
I liked history. I liked learning about the World Wars.
I never really liked like reading or writing.
Didn't love reading, so just English in general. That I was not bad at it, but just it was tedious for me. I'd rather do other things.
I think my least favorite subject is English. Didn't really enjoy it lots, and a lot of picky teachers.
Math, definitely my least favorite.
Chemistry, science and chemistry.
Science, I was bad at science.
I totally agree with Kevin Korchinski. I think everybody's favorite subject in school is gym class when you're young anyway.
That's an obvious choice. Yeah, you could still see the pain on some of their faces for some of those.
Well, we got some bad news. Tommy's a little bummed because a tripping penalty has been called against the Blackhawks. Jacob Megna in the box for tripping an opponent. And that means the Blackhawks now have one less skater on the ice than the Stars. The Stars are on the power play.
Yeah, Megna kind of pulled the carpet from out of the feet from underneath the Dallas player using his stick, and they call that tripping. Again, one of these rules that are designed to help keep the game fair for both teams, and so now we'll see the Blackhawks penalty kill come out. Those are the players that are given the role to try to protect that fortress when the Dallas team has the power play. So the power play again, Dallas has an extra player on the ice, which is an advantage that will help them score.
And they can be electric, but the Blackhawks are trying to unplug the Dallas power play here. They're on the penalty kill. And the Blackhawks penalty kill has actually been pretty good this season.
And what you'll see the Blackhawks players do is they all the players, not just the goalie, will want to block those shots. So you'll see all the defenders on the ice trying to keep that puck again to the outside, get in the lanes, the shooting lanes we call it, and make the Dallas players pass it around the outside. Don't let it into the front of the net area or the slot.
Well, we have a face-off coming up from the neutral zone between the blue lines, center ice, because the Stars were offside, trying to carry that puck into the zone.
Yeah, my favorite part of the neutral zone is that that's always where the cool logos are for all the teams. You always see those beautiful logos right at center ice inside that neutral zone.
Looks great on TV. Matt Duchene. And that was a good play defensively by Mackenzie Entwistle to stop Duchene on the wall. Duchene's got it again. Pass in front, taken by Wyatt Kaiser. Stars grab the puck back and a shot blocked by Jared Tenorti. Now Mason Marchment steering the puck into the corner, and he runs into big Jared Tenorti. And another penalty has been called.
It looks like this is going to be a cross-checking call, Chris, and it was big Jared Tenorti in the corner trying to win that puck back for the Blackhawks. Ends up using his stick. You know, if you kind of hold the broomstick and they just kind of give a little bit too hard of a shove, they call that a cross-check. And so now it's going to be a 5-on-3. So 5 players for Dallas, 3 players for Chicago. So a big, big advantage here for the Stars and a really good chance for the Stars to score. So we'll see if the Blackhawks can escape from this.
Just 3 Blackhawks skaters on the ice, plus the goalie, Peter Mrazek. So
keep an eye, sorry Chris, for that one-time shot we talked about earlier. A great play there, again, from Seth Jones, using that reach of his, the long stick, to intercept that pass and send it down. But keep an eye for Dallas using that one-time shot. That's what they're going to look for here.
And one advantage, if you will, you have when you are on the penalty kill like the Blackhawks, you don't get called for icing the puck. So the goal really, if you're the Blackhawks, is to just clear the puck down to the other side of the ice, and you don't have to worry about getting called for icing because you have fewer skaters on the ice. Stars have the puck, and just 3 seconds to go on the 2-man advantage right now. Now that's over, so the Blackhawks bring 1 player out of the penalty box, and it's only, air quotes there, a 5-on-4 for another 55 seconds.
Yeah, Blackhawks doing a terrific job not giving the Dallas Stars any good shots, and a really outstanding job by the penalty kill unit for the Blackhawks there. Well done.
Really a fabulous job. Nick Foligno flips the puck into the corner. 30 more seconds to go on the penalty kill for the Blackhawks. Now Wyatt Johnston. View from behind Peter Mrazek there, moving laterally post to post as that puck comes right by him. And a battle at the net front right now. Finally a whistle.
And you can see how difficult it can be for the goaltender when you saw that view. There is a lot of action in front of the goaltender. Makes it very difficult. Again, a good reminder of how well Peter Mrazek has played here today. There's that close call that went by the post, and then all the players battling for that puck, Dallas players trying to put it in the net, and the Blackhawks players doing their best to keep it out.
All right, so here's the puck drop, and Jamie Benn is in the faceoff circle for the Stars. Hawks trying to kill off the final few seconds of the Stars' power play here. Puck rimmed up the wall and chipped back down by Dallas. From the goal line, a shot through the crease knocked away, and Jared Tenorti's out of the box. Blackhawks are playing at even strength again. There's a shot stopped by Mrazek. Loose puck behind the net and cleared by the Hawks on down to the other end.
And you hear the crowd cheer, the crowd appreciating the great work by the Blackhawks who escaped that penalty kill situation, and they're back to what we call even strength. 5 players versus 5 again.
Essa Lindell with that shot from the blue line. Back down into the corner. Wyatt Kaiser defending the puck for the Hawks, number 44. Puck slips up the wall and played back down behind the Blackhawks net. It's 3-0 Chicago with under 6 minutes to go in the second period. One more period after this one is that shot off Peter Mrazek from the Stars defenseman Ryan Suter. Now here come the Hawks down the ice. Andreas Athanasiou leads it for Ryan Donato below the goal line, but that charge into the attacking zone short-lived for the Hawks. Taken at center ice. Here comes Connor Bedard, played to the blue line. Seth Jones, pass down low. A shot by Bedard, blocked by the Stars.
And some great passing there, led by Connor Bedard. The Blackhawks moving the puck quickly, and that's what gave them that chance to score.
How big was that penalty kill for the Blackhawks to keep the Stars off the board?
Can't stress that enough, Chris. That was amazing work.
When your team kills off a penalty like that, it's almost like you get momentum. Now a chance for the Hawks. And the pass broken up on a 2-on-1 rush. There's a shot from Chris Tanev, and it's redirected in. A goal for the Stars. They're on the board. Well, that's a bummer. Tommy can still feel good about the lead for the Hawks. They're up 3-1, but Dallas is on the board for the first time on Tommy Hawk's birthday.
Yeah, we know how dangerous this and how good this Dallas Stars team is, and it doesn't take much for them to strike. And this is what's called a deflection. So that was not a shot, but a pass from Heiskanen, number 4 on Dallas, and the deflection was where he uses the stick to redirect the puck into the net. And that was Rope Hintz, one of the Stars centers for Dallas Stars, who scored that goal. And what a beautiful goal that was for Dallas.
Fitting that Rope Hintz's favorite day of the week is Saturday. He scores a goal on this Saturday, and the Stars are going for more here late in the second period. This is Tanev for Wyatt Johnston.
And this is really important here for Chicago. They have the lead 3-1, but Dallas, not only one of the best teams, but they're one of the teams that scores the most goals in the NHL. They score a lot of goals, so you've got to stay focused to keep them at bay here.
You sure do. I mentioned the Stars are going to the Stanley Cup playoffs at the end of the regular season. The Stars are in contention for the President's Trophy, which is awarded at the end of the regular season to the team collectively with the most points in the NHL. Each team gets 2 points for winning a hockey game, and the Stars have almost more points than any other team in the NHL.
They sure do, and again, there's 2 seasons. There's the regular season, which the teams play so hard throughout the season to qualify for the playoffs, and that's the second season, which is the playoffs, and that's where all these teams compete for what they really want, which is the oldest trophy and the most special trophy in all of sports, the Stanley Cup.
.304 to play in the second. And defenseman Alex Vlasic is one of the Blackhawks' building blocks. 22-year-old was born 20 miles outside Chicago, and he owes his love of hockey to his family.
I'm Alex Vlasic. I play defense for the Chicago Blackhawks. I started skating when I was around 3 years old, and then playing hockey probably around 4 or 5. My dad was always a big hockey fan. He played growing up, and so did his brother. And my cousin, Mark Edward Vlasic, played for the San Jose Sharks and still does. So that was a huge reason of why I kind of wanted to pursue a passion for hockey. I think my favorite player growing up was probably my cousin Mark Edward Vlasic. He was a defenseman just like myself, and like I kind of said before, just the biggest reason of why I wanted to play hockey. So far, greatest moments playing hockey was probably playing in my first NHL game. I think being drafted was really special, but to be able to actually play a game in the NHL and in the best league in the world was a dream come true.
Well, I wonder how much fun Alex Vlasic had killing off that two-man advantage for the Stars a few minutes ago.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job. Again, all the Chicago players, we talked a bit at the start of the game about how everybody on the team has a certain role to play. Some are, supposed to maybe score more goals than others, and some are supposed to defend or keep the puck out of their net more than others. And so far, the Blackhawks have showcased that. Now they've got all these different players doing their job and doing it well, including the goaltender, Peter Mrazek, who's been phenomenal.
Blackhawks scored the first 3 goals of this game earlier in the second period and are trying to get to the second intermission with this lead of 2 goals intact. Jamie Benn with the puck down low. And the puck directed toward the net, and it's deflected out of play.
One thing Blackhawks players have to be careful of is trying their very best not to take many more penalties. They've taken a few penalties here and given chances to the Dallas Stars, who they're pretty good at scoring goals. So as much as they can, they want to stay out of the penalty box. No more timeouts for misbehavior, Chris.
Agreed. Now, once is understandable, but...
Plus, we don't want to see that negative body language from Tommy Hawk. We want to keep him happy on his birthday here.
The guy just oozes body language. And
there he is.
99% of the time, he's locked in. His friends seem really engaged.
Yeah,
too.
they're trying to jazz him up. He's still dwelling on that last Dallas goal, but look on the bright side here, Tommy. We got a 3-1 lead.
He's got some presents to open after the game as the puck is iced there, and we'll bring it back down to the Blackhawks' end. Tommy makes a lot of appearances in the community. He goes to schools, hospitals, business expos. He's waving to his friends at Endeavor Health right there. He's a busy guy.
Yeah, he's sort of a mayor-like figure around.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
On the half wall, part of the wall there that's between the corner and the blue line at center ice. Now the puck in deep for Lucas Reichel. He gets hit. And the Stars have the puck again.
One of the things that you can hear is, if you listen carefully, is the players talking.
How important is communication when you're on the ice?
Well, again, you hear them yelling, and the reason they do that is because the game is so fast that it helps when you have your teammates telling you what's going on. A lot of times, maybe your eyes are not facing the right direction, like Connor Bedard was there, and maybe Seth Jones in that particular case can call to him, hey, Connor, over here. And so that communication counts for a lot in a game that can be very difficult.
I've heard a lot of fans say that to Connor. Hey, Connor, over here. He's a popular guy, especially at the United Center. Puck in front, and another save by Peter Mrazek. Here comes Philip Kurashev through center ice. And the puck taken by Chris Tanev, veteran, longtime defenseman for the Dallas Stars, number 3. Esa Lindell knocked down off the stick of Connor Bedard, who's got the puck again. He taps it off the wall. And Tanev, who Bedard loved watching as a kid. Nearly took the puck for the Stars. Hawks hang on to it. Nick Foligno passes it up to Wyatt Kaiser. Kaiser hangs onto the puck. Back to Foligno. He plays it off a bounce. Behind the net, Joey Anderson has it. And he sends it up to Jared Tenorti. This is Kaiser. Anderson at the net front trying to deflect the puck past Scott Wedgwood.
A good play by Joey Anderson there. He won the puck behind the Dallas net and then went to get in front of the net to try to create a screen, get in front of the Dallas goalie's eyes to hope that puck went through, and then a terrific back check by Joey Anderson right after that.
What's a back check?
A back check means that when the puck goes back towards your end of the ice and you got to go play defense again, it means you hustle as hard as you can to get back and help your team, and that's exactly what Joey Anderson did there. You know, he's a guy, Chris, that
you like him.
I describe him kind of like a minivan. He's not the most stylish, but he's very, very useful for his team.
A lot of cargo in a minivan, that's for sure. I think Tommy likes minivans too. No birthday is complete without best wishes from your friends. And Tommy Hawk is the best friend of the Chicago Blackhawks. It's 3-1 Hawks after 2 periods.
Happy birthday, Tommy Hawk.
Happy birthday, Tommy. Have a good one, bud.
Tommy Hawk, happy birthday. We love your support of the games and couldn't do it without you.
Oh, happy birthday, Tommy Hawk.
Happy birthday, Tommy Hawk. Have a great one.
Happy birthday, Tommy Hawk.
Happy birthday, Tommy Hawk. Have a good one.
Welcome back to Blackhawks Intermission Live alongside Tony Granato and Adam Burish. I am Ruthie Polinsky. We are through 2 periods of our special animated broadcast of the Blackhawks and Stars from the United Center. Guys, this is pretty fun, isn't it?
This is awesome.
Watching this
It's a
game.
blast.
It's really just a special experience. We hope you're enjoying it as much as we are. Connor Bedard has made quite the impression on the Blackhawks since he was taken first overall. Let's learn a little bit more about the Star first overall pick.
I'm Connor Bedard, center for the Chicago Blackhawks. I first learned to play hockey when I was 4 years old. My favorite player growing up was Sidney Crosby. I think my greatest moment as a hockey player is getting to play in the NHL. I mean, that first game's really special, and I got to have family and some friends there and stuff, so it was a really cool moment. I got a few superstitions. I think a lot of it's more routine, just kind of every day being almost the exact same. So I feel like it gets me in the right kind of state of mind. My favorite TV show, I watched Suits this year. It's pretty good. I think one that I've watched the most episodes of is probably Family Guy though. My favorite video game, I think just like the Wii Sports stuff was pretty fun, like whatever, tennis, bowling, all that, and then Mario Kart was pretty sweet. If I could be an animal, I'd be an eagle, because I think flying's pretty cool, and they are like kind of the top bird, I guess. The best thing about my birthday is it is the calendar emoji, so I feel pretty special.
And Connor's birthday is on July 17th. He will be turning 19 this year. Guys, we've talked about it a lot, but what's just impressed you the most about the way Connor Bedard has really handled himself on and off the ice?
I think for me, it's just what you said. He's still 18 years old.
Right.
And so how he's handled himself, how he's first one on the ice for practice, how he answers all the questions, how he relates to the kids that come to practice. He's just been a role model for so many, and he's only 18. So one more thing I want to point out. So he's played basically the 6 months of the season now. He's missed 2 of them. 3 of the 4 months that he's been healthy, he's been the rookie of the month in that month. And he's the youngest player in the NHL. Most of the rookies are 20, 21, 22. So we don't realize how special he is until you kind of put it down and think about how great he's been for the city of Chicago and the Blackhawks.
Yeah, what I think is special and a good lesson for all kids is he's the best player on the team. We all know that. But how does he treat his teammates? How does he treat the fans that come up and see him? He's a respectful person. He always has a smile on his face. He has time for everybody. Passes the puck, right? He's got a lot of assists. He can shoot all the time. He can score. He's got the puck. Includes his teammates. So it's a special player. And to be the best player on your team, but to also be a great teammate, that's a special person and a special player.
Were you either of you surprised at how well and how quickly he transitioned into the NHL and just really fit in right away?
I don't think I was surprised, only from the standpoint that I've been watching him in the last 4 or 5 years. I believe it or not, when I was coaching at Wisconsin, I recruited him. He was 14 years old. I found out about him through my sister because they live in Vancouver. Both of them live in Vancouver. I went out, met him, and got to know him. So I knew he wasn't coming to college hockey. I knew he would go the fast route to juniors and be in the NHL. This would be his freshman year. That's another thing that's mind-boggling to think of. He'd be a freshman this year. But what he's done is continued to develop and grow and handled anything that's been thrown at him. The injury that happened to him this year, no problem. I'll work hard. I'll come back better. So I just have admired the kid since he was 14. I knew he'd have a great chance, and he's done that.
All right, stick around. More Intermission Live is coming your way as we celebrate Tommy Hawk's birthday with a special animated broadcast of the Blackhawks and the Stars from the United Center.
My favorite snack's probably just fruit. I'd say like a bowl, like blueberries, raspberries, something easy, but yeah, that's probably it.
I don't know, I like cookies. Maybe I'm gluten-free, so maybe like some gluten-free Oreos.
Anything chocolate, like I could eat Oreos or even like chocolate chip granola bar, anything like, I could eat anything with chocolate in it all day.
Candy. I got a sweet tooth.
I'll go potato chips.
Sour Patch Kids or something.
Anything sour, really.
Milky Way.
Skittles. Skittles are my favorite. I like Reese's peanut butter cups.
Anything that's sweet, I'll eat.
I do Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I liked Cinnamon Toast Crunch growing up.
If I'm being really bad, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but on the daily, Honey Nut Cheerios. Raisin Bran.
I had Vector a lot as a kid. I haven't had it recently, but that was definitely as a kid I'd have a lot of Vector.
Reese's Puffs are up there now for sure. Those are probably my favorite.
Lucky Charms.
Some sort of meat, like beef or something, I guess.
Pepperoni.
Sausage.
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
I'm a big margarita guy from my pizzas, so I just have it cheese and yeah, that's it.
Pepperoni, classic.
All right, welcome back here to Blackhawks Intermission Live. I'm Ruthie Polinsky alongside Tony Granato, Adam Burish, and the birthday bird, Tommy Hawk. Guys, we talked a little bit about your pregame meal earlier on, but do you have a favorite overall food or maybe even a game day food you had to have?
I like steak. I could eat a steak every day, and then if I was going to get into some candy, I love gummy bears.
Okay.
I'm a big gummy bear fan.
Love that.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite brand of gummy bears?
You give me gummy bears, I'll eat it.
Okay,
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Tony?
When I heard the guys start talking about pizza there, pizza. Any time of the day, any day of the week.
What kind?
Sausage.
Oh, okay.
Just
Sausage.
sausage, a lot
Okay.
of cheese.
Yep.
There's a few great Chicago restaurants that are my favorites.
Okay.
That I would,
Do you want to give any a shout out?
well, if I can, Salerno's would be one.
Okay, there it is. Got to hear it.
There's
You got to
lots
know.
of them,
A lot of people want pizza baby now.
Yeah.
Tommy, favorite food? Worm? What do you eat? Worms? Birthday cake.
Oh,
Birthday cake. Worms? I don't know.
I need a piece. Okay, I'm hungry.
All right, perfect. My favorite food, not that anyone asked, mac and cheese. Big mac and cheese girl.
And what about a sweet? What about a candy?
Oh, I like all candy. Love gummy bears, but chocolate really is kind of my Reese's peanut butter cup, any of that. All right, we got to stop talking about this. We got hockey to play. Another period of the Blackhawks and the Stars is coming your way. Tommy, happy birthday. You better go. We got more hockey to play.
Thanks,
Get us
Tommy.
a win, will ya? All right, thanks, Tommy. And thank you to Adam Burish, Tony Granato. I'm Ruthie
Thank you.
Polinsky. Enjoy the rest of the game, everyone.
All right, everyone, I think, wishes they could drive or ride in the Hyundai Ice Resurfacer, and that's what's going on right now as we get ready to start the third period between the Blackhawks and the Stars. A great second period for the Blackhawks, and Tommy Hawk and his friends having an absolute blast. Very bold to jump and swim in the Chicago River like that, but clearly Clark and Southpaw not deterred. Neither is Tommy. We're at center ice. Dominic Moore and Chris Vosters. How much fun are you having at Tommy Hawk's birthday party so far?
This is just awesome, and what a start for the Blackhawks.
seriously, 3 goals in the second period to really get this party started, Dom. I tell you what, we're going to have to get off the ice here shortly as they're going to start the third period, but let's revisit some of the goals that the Blackhawks had, and there were 3 of them, including one from Connor Bedard on the power play.
Yeah, some great passing from the Blackhawks as they moved the puck around and tried to find some shots, and what a laser from Connor Bedard on that first goal. Knocked the popcorn off the net, knocked the popcorn off my desk, and then a beautiful play from Lucas Reichel, like a hot knife through butter. And then this was that great shot from Seth Jones, and then it was a quick strike back with that deflection goal from Rope Hintz to get the Dallas Stars finally on the board.
All right, well, as you can see, the birthday wishes have only continued to pile up for the Blackhawks. 98, a very fitting number of birthday wishes for Tommy Hawk. That's Connor Bedard's number after all. The Stars do have an advantage in shots on goal, but I would rather have an advantage in cupcakes eaten. Dom, what about you?
Yeah, you know what? I think it's a clear winner to have more cupcakes in your belly for the third period when you need that energy too, Chris. So
I totally agree with you. And I mean, how cool is this to be on center ice right now? Fortunately, the Stars are on this side, the Blackhawks are on this side, and they're not running into us here at center ice.
That's they're being very respectful. That's nice.
What kind of skates do you have there? Those Bauers or CCMs or what kind did you play?
You know, these are you can't buy these in stores, Chris.
That's true.
Yeah.
One of a kind. Not in real life anyway. Tommy Hawk gave us these skates here in the virtual reality world of Tommy Hawk's birthday celebration. There's the United Center in the background. You've got the Chicago Theater, conveniently located right next to the United Center as well. You can see the show times today. Maybe I'll stick around for the 9 p.m. of Tommy's day off. That sounds pretty good.
It sure does.
We've got the balloons out at center ice, ready to drop the puck on the third period. Jason Dickinson taking the face-off along with Philip Kurashev and Connor Bedard. They're the forwards, and Kevin Korchinski and Jacob Magna are the defensemen, as the Blackhawks have a lead, and that's good, but this is a really good Dallas Stars team. The Hawks would certainly love a few more goals to secure this win.
Yeah, they call that 3-1 lead the most dangerous lead in hockey, and that's because all it takes is one goal to make it within one goal. So it can be deceiving when you're up 3-1. You think you have a big lead, but this is still a very close game, and Hawks have to be focused.
There's a shot from just below the blue line, kicked away by Scott Wedgwood, the goalie for the Stars. They have the puck in their own end, looking to get it to the other side of the ice. Thomas Harley brings it up.
You know, one thing we haven't talked about yet, Chris, is one of the unique things about our sport of hockey, that the players substitute on the fly. And what that means is that the players can change for one another. So there's only 5 players on the ice at one time, 5 players plus a goalie. But those 5 players, they can substitute in and off the ice while the play is going on. There's no other sport that does that. And the reason it happens in hockey, the game is just too darn fast and physical for you to stay out much more than a minute.
That shot from Alex Vlasic gets deflected out of play, and we'll take a look at the area around the ice again. There's a game tomorrow as well, Dom. The Minnesota Wild will be in town to take on the Blackhawks, and Tommy's Rock Cafe, I'm sure the coffee is great. Lots of fans here, and there's Southpaw from the White Sox, and Clark behind him, Benny, Staley. Great crowd on hand.
Nice to see that body language is back. Tommy feeling good about this third period.
A minute and a half into the third and final period. In the final meeting of the season between the Blackhawks and the Dallas Stars. Stars have won the first 3, so this would be a great way to celebrate Tommy Hawk's birthday with a win against one of the top teams in the NHL.
Those birthday wishes,
I think they're helping.
I think they must be. All 98 and counting of them.
been pouring in. In fact, that total might very well be over 100 by now, nearly 2 minutes into the third. Well, Blue Cross and Blue Shield, one of the great supporters of Tommy Hawk's birthday, and they sponsor the best seats in the house, or outside the house in this case, and it's a long time to hold that sign for those fans, but at least they have good seats.
There's some pretty great places to watch all around this rink in Lot A here outside the United Center.
Puck intercepted by Niels Lundqvist of the Stars, and there's Joey Anderson to block that pass from Wyatt Johnston. That keeps the puck in the attacking zone for the Hawks.
And there go the players, the Hawks players. You saw Anderson intercept that puck, and then he went to the Blackhawks bench to substitute for another player. Again, changing in the middle of the game, on the fly, as they call it.
You call a shift the length or the amount of time that you're on the ice from when you enter the game to when you sub out. And how long is a typical shift, would you say, Don?
It's usually around 45 seconds. And, you know, it's a sprint. And if you imagine running full speed around the track, that's kind of around the same intensity and around the same time as a shift in hockey. So that's exactly what these players go through, shift after shift throughout the game. It's a very physical sport, and these players are in phenomenal shape.
Oh my gosh, are they ever. Puck lobbed to center ice just past the outstretched stick of Wyatt Kaiser. And let's zoom in and take a look at the action from the perspective of Wyatt Kaiser. Waiting behind the net and now moving it along, trying to shake the pesky Sam Steele. Up to center, Philip Kurashev and Connor Bedard have the puck. There's a shot high. Up at center ice now, and flipped over to Jacob Magna. Kevin Korchinski pushed out wide, and he carries the puck across the blue line. Jason Dickinson with it now on that top line of forwards for the Hawks. Puck into traffic, and it's deflected up out of play.
There's
15:47 to go.
There's that L train going by. Your preferred mode of transportation, right, Chris?
Well, you don't have to deal with parking. Traffic is usually a lot lighter on the L than it is on the freeway in Chicago, but any mode of transportation you want to get to the United Center to catch a Blackhawks game, in this case, Tommy Hawk's birthday.
There's a blue line and a red line, just like we have on a hockey rink too, isn't there?
That's a great point. That is a great point. Alex Vlasic passes to Philip Kurashev, and now Jason Dickinson. Goals today have been scored by Connor Bedard, Andreas Athanasiou, and Seth Jones for the Blackhawks. Connor Bedard curling around and finding his teammate.
Another substitution on the fly. You saw Bedard pass that puck off and then go to the bench, and another player hopping on the ice. These players want to keep their energy up. Sometimes, you talked about the length of a shift being about 45 seconds. Well, you don't want to get caught on the ice longer than that, because if you do and you start getting tired, then you put your team in a tough spot. So you'll hear the coaches yelling for the players to keep their shifts short, and that's what the Blackhawks doing there.
And especially as we get into the later stages of this game, puck is iced there, which means we're bringing it back down to the Blackhawks side of the ice, their defensive zone for a faceoff.
Yeah, as the game goes on, it gets to the later stages. That's when maybe you start to see players getting tired. And there's Tommy. He's trying to control that remote control balloon to get this face-off started for us.
That's who's been dropping the puck all afternoon.
Yeah.
He's been doing a great job.
He has been. He's right on there.
It's a shame you have to work on your birthday, though.
I think he enjoys it, Chris.
Yeah, it looked like it. He's wearing that virtual reality headset in virtual reality. That's pretty wild. Jamie Benn passes the puck on the wall, and that shot drifts wide of the net. Big hit applied by Nick Foligno. Really physical player for the Blackhawks. He actually leads the Blackhawks in that statistical category of hits. There is a legal and fair way to hit the opponent. You mentioned hockey is a contact sport. And when done well, you can win the puck back for your team. There's a chance knocked away by Wedgwood. Logan Stankoven with the pass up to Thomas Harley, and here come the Stars into the Blackhawk zone. Jacob Megna the first to the puck. And a tie up along the boards behind Peter Mrazek, the goalie. Out the puck comes. Held in by the Stars, and now in the circle, it's cleared by Lucas Reichel.
And a good look there at how difficult it can be sometimes for the goalie to see that puck coming towards him. And Peter Mrazek again doing a great job keeping pucks out of the Blackhawks net.
Ty Dellandrea leaves it for the defenseman Tanev. Essa Lindell coughs up the puck, trying to get it back, but the Hawks work the puck out to center. Jabbed by Lindell for Radek Faksa. Pass all the way across to Sam Steele. He hands the puck off to Lundqvist. That pass blocked by Kevin Korchinski. Taken right back by Faksa. Curling around, and it's intercepted by Landon Slaggert. Slaggert ahead to Entwistle. And the puck shoveled in behind the Stars' cage. Another name for the net. Jason Robertson biding his time, and here's Joe Pavelski. Lundqvist lobs the puck to open ice.
A lot of times you see the players, they call it a dump in. We saw the Stars just do it there, where they kind of flip the puck into the opposing team's end of the ice. You see the players do that sometimes when they don't want to give the puck away near those blue lines, because if you do, it creates a chance for the other team. So sometimes the safe play is just to dump it in.
Tommy Hawk certainly agrees with that. And you know, his fans, his friends that is, have been dancing all game long. It's really impressive, and we actually joined him, or at least I did, Dom. Oh, there, yeah, you're getting involved in the Macarena there, yeah.
I think mine morphed into a bit of a YMCA at some point, but
it's a good one too. That was when we were on top of the birthday cake, literally. I mean, this thing, it's the biggest birthday cake I've ever seen. And, there's already a big slice missing, but there should be plenty left over after the game.
Fitting birthday cake for the occasion we have here today.
And this is the first birthday party like this that Tommy Hawk has ever had. So it's a case of go big or go home. And here comes Connor Bedard looking for his second goal of the game. The puck taken by Miro Heiskanen, however. Hawks win the puck back. Andreas Athanasiou skating between the faceoff circles after it, but the Stars now break out. Maverick Bork working toward the net. The puck in the blue paint. And a whistle and a collision involving Peter Mrazek, the goalie.
This was a close call. You're going to see a strong move as the Dallas player takes the puck to the net and then collides with Peter Mrazek, and then hard to tell what happened with the puck after that. And I think the Blackhawks players are a little bit confused. They want to know what happened, and I think the referees also want to know what happened on that play.
There's a chance that the puck went into the net over the goal line. However, you can't interfere with the goalie in his attempt to make a save or play the puck. And if the puck goes in under those circumstances, the goal is not allowed.
And so there you saw on that last replay, the puck did go into the net. And the referees, that's, you know, we see that sign in baseball that says safe, but in hockey, that sign where you know, the wings go out to the wide, it means there's no goal.
So the goal disallowed, and that keeps the score 3-1 Blackhawks with 11 minutes and 6 seconds left in the third. Like Tommy Hawk's big party today, everybody's birthday is special, but what makes them special? Here's how the Blackhawks answered.
The best thing about my birthday is it is the calendar emoji, so I feel pretty special.
I like having a birthday in the summer months. That's probably the best part. I always get to see friends and family because it's the summer.
It's in the summer.
My birthday is on the first day of summer, so it's the longest day. So get to celebrate it for longer, you could say.
It's American Independence, so when I'm in the States, it's a pretty fun party.
I don't know, spending time with the family.
I feel like you just get treated really nicely. Nobody really wants to upset the birthday person, so that's definitely the best part.
Well, here's a cool note about Blackhawks history, Dom. Patrick Sharp has the most goals and points scored by a Blackhawk on his birthday. Of course, you got to have a birthday during the hockey season for starters. But Patrick Sharp's birthday, December 27th, and he had a lot of birthday magic.
Well, he sure did, and Sharpie always seems to rise to the occasion, and he certainly did on his birthday. Maybe he kind of woke up from his pregame nap and had a birthday wish or two as well.
That's probably, you're probably onto something there. I'm sure Tommy Hawk took a pregame nap before his birthday party game today. And what a start for the Blackhawks. Again, taking on a really good team in the Dallas Stars. What do you think the Blackhawks have done well in the game so far?
Well, Peter Mrazek, the goaltender, has been the story so far. He has made incredible saves from the very beginning in the first period all the way to the last chance we just saw. And here's another replay of that last chance. The Dallas player with a strong play towards the net, and Mrazek holds his ground, and that play is another example of Mrazek keeping his team in the lead. And the Dallas has really poured it on.
Well, the Dallas coaching staff has challenged whether or not that goal counted. And they've reviewed it, Dom, and it appears that the referees have changed their mind, and that goal is, in fact, going to count.
Yeah, so what we have here is a coach's challenge. So the coaches on each team are allowed to challenge what the referees decide happens during the game. And in this case, they went to the video to look at the replay. And here's another look. So in this case, the Dallas coach
determined that we have a good goal.
Reviewed this play to challenge that there was not goaltender interference and that the goal should count. And after watching the replay, they decided that it was a good goal.
You know what? I think the referees, Dom, have changed their mind again. So Tommy a little bit bummed, but I think there's actually...
There's hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel.
There is light at the end of the tunnel.
Confusion. The call on the ice is confirmed. No goal.
Okay, we think we finally understand what's going on here.
Yes.
There is no goal. And what happens now, because the Stars challenged that call and were not successful, there's a penalty actually against the Stars, and the Blackhawks have a power play.
Indeed they do, and I think there was confusion because one of the referees signaled that they would count the goal, and then a minute later they signaled that they wouldn't. But nevertheless, Tommy is fired up that the end result is no goal, and now a Blackhawks power play. So again, Mrazek does his thing, and now the Blackhawks and Connor Bedard can go to work and try to extend their lead.
Wow. I mean, that was a lot. I mean, even though it's Tommy Hawk's birthday, that was still pretty crazy.
It sure was. I think they had a chance to you know, remember that it was Tommy Hawk's birthday and he had all those birthday wishes in. So maybe that good luck is really on the Hawks side today.
I don't know. I mean, Tommy Hawk's an influential guy, but I don't think he's got that much power to influence the officials in this game, although I'm sure they are celebrating as well. All right, so the party hats are on. That means the Blackhawks are on the power play. A man advantage. They have 5 skaters on the ice to the Stars 4. Already 30-plus seconds gone by off the Blackhawks' power play here. They already have a power play goal today, Dom. Connor Bedard has a power play goal for the Blackhawks. Looking for another to give the Blackhawks some valuable insurance. Peter Mrazek waiting patiently on his side of the ice.
That's
over half the power play time gone by here.
One thing that these Blackhawks players want to do is they want to make sure that even if they don't score, they keep the momentum and try not to give any energy to the Dallas team to get their hopes up. So even though this is an opportunity for the Blackhawks to extend their lead, they also want to be careful not to give any good chances the other way.
Well, the power play for the Hawks has been largely played in their own zone, trying to set up shop on the other end of the ice and get the power play working effectively again.
Dallas doing a great job on this penalty kill, keeping Chicago away from their net. They want to keep this game as close as they can as this third period counts down. They want to give themselves a chance to catch up.
That was a good penalty kill for the Stars. Even strength once again with under 9 minutes to play. The Hawks lead by 2 here. Both the Blackhawks and the Stars will play tomorrow. Not against each other, but not a lot of time to rest after Tommy Hawk's birthday party comes to an end. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, and happy birthday, Tommy Hawk. It's great to have you with us for this very special Blackhawks broadcast, unlike anything we've ever seen before. It's 3-1 Blackhawks over the Dallas Stars with 8:27 to go in the third, and Dom, this game is going to go down to the wire.
It sure is, and it's been a total team effort, an effort on behalf of Tommy Hawk and his birthday, wanting to make this extra special for Tommy. And all of Tommy's friends here to cheer on the Blackhawks, and the Blackhawks have not disappointed. The goaltender, Peter Mrazek, has been great. Connor Bedard, the young superstar, had the opening goal for the team, and they've just really worked hard here to challenge this Dallas team, who's one of the best teams in the whole NHL.
I don't know if you saw this just a moment ago, Dom, but I did see a hot dog stand here just off the rink, so maybe we can head there post-game and get you that Chicago
I've been
dog.
waiting for that all day, Chris. Can't wait, but I just don't want to spill mustard on this nice Blackhawks jersey that I've got on here.
It's true. But we can, I tell you what, we can leave it with the equipment trainers, and they're great at getting stains out of sweaters and pants and
I mean,
things
if
like
it
that.
would be fine if it was ketchup, because then you wouldn't see it on that red jersey, but we don't put ketchup on a Chicago-style dog, do we?
No, you don't, but you do put on mustard. And a friend of mine who I work with the Blackhawks, Darren Pang, one time did in fact spill mustard on his Blackhawks sweater.
Oh,
so
boy.
I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that, but it's been done before, though, all that being said. So you wouldn't be the first guy. Puck is intercepted by Matt Duchene, and Mackenzie Entwistle nearly took it right back for the Hawks. Mason Marchment accidentally lobs the puck out of play. We've talked a little bit about the Stanley Cup, and there it is right there next to Tommy. And This is what you play for, Dom. I mean, it's the most coveted, most cherished, most prized trophy, certainly in hockey and maybe even all of sports.
Yeah, as we mentioned before, the oldest trophy in all of sports, and in my opinion, the hardest one to win. There's so many good players and so many good teams, and you have to really pass a lot of challenges to win it. So it is an amazing trophy that these players compete for in the spring and early summer for the Stanley Cup.
Jacob Megna tries to pass that puck to a teammate in a red sweater. It was deflected by Logan Stankoven. Jamie Benn tries to kick the puck along, and Stankoven tracking it down for the Stars, but Tyler Johnson nearly beat him to the punch. Puck is just inside the Stars' blue line now, and Thomas Harley with the pass ahead to Wyatt Johnston. Johnston looking for his teammate Stankoven. Stankoven also played against Connor Bedard when the two were junior hockey players, one step before the National Hockey League. Puck sailing through the air, and Jacob Megna after it. He takes a hit. And it's shoveled along by Nick Foligno and the Blackhawks, but here's Joe Pavelski, pass down low, and the puck swept to the wall. Miro Heiskanen snaps one up to Harley. Shot deflected and played in deep for Pavelski. In front, it's broken up by Korchinski. Hawks trying to dig the puck out, as they say, from the defensive zone.
Yeah, you see the Blackhawks doing a good job of blocking some of those Dallas shots, but spending a lot of time defending right now as the Dallas Stars are looking to attack and pull one goal closer.
And the Stars are starting to run out of time. I mean, there's still a good chunk of time left, under 6 minutes. Here's Connor Bedard, who shoots, and a save made by Wedgwood.
Connor Bedard came off the Blackhawks bench there, skated right onto that puck and got a great chance with his lethal shot.
Almost had another one if he could have gotten the puck over the blue line there. Seth Jones has it now. Jones shoots into the corner. Puck was redirected. Stars have it. Suter the pass to center. Now across to Matt Duchene. Duchene runs into a Blackhawks defenseman, Alex Vlasic. Puck free. Bork plays it behind the net. Bork has it. Pass to Tanev. Chris Tanev, a shot. Save Mrazek. Rebound swept below the goal line. Matt Duchene stick handles the puck. Tanev for Marchment. That shot blocked.
Another block there, this time from Vlasic. The Blackhawks doing everything they can to keep that puck out of their net. A great effort there.
Essa Lindell waiting for the Stars to complete their line change. See the players vanishing into a cloud of smoke. Stankoven for Johnston. Johnston behind the net tries to wrap the puck around. Now Tanev over to Lind, make that Heiskanen. Heiskanen to the slot between the circles, a backhand shot, and the Stars score. It's a one-goal game. Tommy Hawk and friends getting a little anxious in the stands. It's 3-2.
Well, there was a lot of time for the Dallas Stars in the Blackhawks zone, and they were skating all around trying to confuse the defenders. And this, Chris, is a backhand. Now, what a backhand is can you imagine trying to flip a pancake with the other side of a spatula? That's basically what this was from Heiskanen. Not easy to do. And he throws that backhand into the top corner. What a play from Miro Heiskanen.
That wouldn't be a very good pancake if I tried to flip it backhanded. Now, we saw this a little bit earlier, Dom. The referees are going to just double check and make sure that this goal is a good goal. Miro Heiskanen is from the country of Finland, and he plays hockey, but his favorite video game is a football game, FIFA. I mean, that is a great video game. You ever played FIFA?
I have, yeah. A lot of these players, again, come from all over the world to play in the NHL. And as you mentioned, Heiskanen from from overseas, and a lot of the players on both teams coming from countries all around the world that come together. And that's a really fun thing about hockey, is you get to meet players and people from all over the world, and they all become part of the same team. It's pretty special.
After video review, the call on the ice is confirmed. Goal.
Okay, here is a replay of the goal we think happened for the Stars from the point of view of the puck. There it goes into the back of the net.
And I think in this case, the referees wanted to make sure that it wasn't touched by a Dallas player before it went into the net. There's a rule in hockey called a high stick, and that's sometimes where the puck gets touched above the crossbar, which is that top post of the net. And I think they just wanted to make sure that it was not touched there, and they confirmed that it was a good goal for Dallas.
Our guest of honor is an awesome Hawk. So we asked some of the Blackhawks players
Great
if they could be
question.
any animal, what would they choose?
Maybe a bald eagle. Probably just because the way they can fly and see the vantage point they have is probably pretty cool, I imagine, up there.
If I could be an animal, I'd be an eagle, because I think flying's pretty cool.
I think I'd be a lion. I think it'd be pretty cool to be a lion. Everybody fear you and just be kind of the top dog of the wild.
A lion.
Bear or a lion, maybe.
I feel like everybody probably said something similar, but like a lion or something like that, like a cheetah. I feel like being able to roam free in the African lands would be fun.
I'd be a dog. I got it pretty good. Most of the time they just hang out, they cuddle, they chase a ball every now and then.
Those are some pretty introspective answers, I think. Dom?
Very thoughtful.
Yeah. What's your spirit animal?
I don't know. Probably a dog, I think, as well. Yeah.
I think I'd like to be a bear. I think that would be pretty fun. I'd love to trade places with Tommy Hawk, I think, especially today. He's having a ball on his birthday.
He can see things miles away. That's a pretty cool talent to have.
I wonder if he can see to the end of this game and know if the Blackhawks are going to win or not.
Well,
It's a different kind
we
of
know that
sight.
Connor Bedard has that special talent of seeing the future, but I don't think even Connor can see that. And now we have ourselves an exciting last few minutes here of this game, as Dallas now has a power play, which means they again have an extra skater on the ice, which gives them a chance to tie this game. And so Peter Mrazek, the Blackhawks goalie, and the Blackhawks penalty killers are going to have to come up big to protect the Blackhawks lead and protect Tommy Hawk's birthday celebration here.
Yeah, the Stars have definitely clouded the Blackhawks' vision here. And as Dom just mentioned, it's a power play for the Dallas Stars, and Jamie Benn ready to take the faceoff to start the power play. He was credited with the last Stars goal to make the score 3-2. Here's Miro Heiskanen, Jason Robertson. Everyone gets into position for the Stars on their power play unit. Robertson from just below that red goal line, now in the circle. Heiskanen to the net, knocked down, and the loose puck cleared to center ice and through by the Blackhawks.
Yeah, you see those Blackhawks, they want to block that shot and then send that puck as far away from their own net as possible. There they go again. Send it down, make Dallas come as far away as possible.
So the Stars will attempt to set up shop once again in the Blackhawks zone on the power play. Still more than half the time remaining of the 2 minutes on the Stars power play. 2 minutes for a minor penalty, 5 minutes for a major penalty, and we have not seen the latter here today. And this is where the Hawks would be more than happy to keep the puck on the penalty kill. Behind the Dallas net, now Colin Blackwell, a whistle as he...
Ooh, it looks like we might have another penalty here, Chris, and it's going to go against the Blackhawks as we see Colin Blackwell heading to the penalty box here for what looks to be a hooking call. And again, to explain what hooking is. You're going to see Blackwell, 43, get his stick caught up in the Dallas player, almost like getting a fishing line.
Dallas number 27 has 2 minutes for diving.
And the referees are taking a little bit of extra time here, though, to decide what the penalties are going to be. And I think it looks like they're going to call an additional penalty on the Dallas player. In this case, Mason Marchment, who went down, who got hooked by Blackwell. They're going to say that there was a call called embellishment on Mason Marchment for trying to make that referee call the penalty. And here's a look. There's Marchment. He gets hooked. He goes down. So there's 2 penalties on this play. One from the Blackhawks player Blackwell for hooking, and one on the Dallas player Marchment for embellishing, or we might call it diving.
Overreacting.
Overreacting, that's a great description.
Embellishment's
exactly
a fancy word.
I think there's something in hockey that's very important we call sportsmanship, and they don't like to see the players trying to influence the referees to make the calls. They make the calls that they see, and so that's what happened in that case. So it's still a Dallas power play, though, here for 30 more seconds.
5-on-4, the numbers advantage for the Stars. And the puck poked to Miro Heiskanen. Heiskanen gets it back right in the middle, and now Jason Robertson to Heiskanen, who misplays the puck. Heiskanen lets it sail up to the blue line. Robertson across to Roope Hintz.
And you'll see Dallas actually has 6 skaters now on the ice as they've removed their goaltender to add an extra attacker. There you see that empty net. What team will do that when they're trying to score a tying goal at the end of the game? They'll take the goalie out to add an extra skater to give themselves a chance to score. And a great block there from Seth Jones.
Seth Jones from Arlington, Texas, just outside of Dallas. He's got a goal today, now trying to prevent the game-tying goal for the Stars.
Great save from Peter Mrazek on the deflection from the Stars in the slot there, Chris.
Puck still in the Hawks zone, a little more than a minute to go in this game. Can the Hawks hold on and win on Tommy Hawk's birthday? This is Jamie Benn for the Stars.
Yeah, Tommy Hawk must be biting his talons right now.
Here's Jason Robertson in tight, puck behind the net. Wyatt Johnston plays it up. Heiskanen skating backward. Now Johnston to the net. It's deflected away. Heiskanen to the loose puck. Under a minute to go. Hawks lead by 1 goal. Remember, the Stars have pulled their goalie. Wyatt Johnston up to Jason Robertson. He throws the puck in. Jones and the Blackhawks dig it out. That puck drifting down toward the empty net, but it's gathered by Heiskanen with 21 seconds to play. Bork battling for the puck along with Magna for the Hawks. Kurashev tries to get a stick in there for Chicago. Jason Robertson with only 10 seconds left. Shot to the crease, and Bedard has the loose puck. With 1 second left, the Hawks are going to win this game on Tommy Hawk's birthday. 3-2, the final. What an exciting finish. And what a way to celebrate Tommy Hawk's birthday.
What an effort for the entire Blackhawks team. Wow. Peter Mrazek, the goaltender, a star all day. And every player on that team playing their part to get this victory for Tommy Hawk. And Tommy Hawk and his hundreds of birthday wishes come true.
And what happens when a team wins a hockey game, Dom? You get stick taps and handshakes and hugs and just good vibes all around.
There sure is. There's nothing better than everyone working together and doing their part to secure the victory for their team, and all the more special here on Tommy Hawk's birthday.
Well, Dom, that gets 2 thumbs up from me and you. It's been great guiding you through this hockey game as your hosts, and emceeing this birthday party for Tommy Hawk. I know I haven't spoken to Tommy Hawk yet since the game ended, but you know he's thrilled because the Blackhawks won.
He is over the moon, and to do it here outside the United Center in Lot A. By the way, you're going to help me find my car after this, right, Chris?
I'm going to get a slice of cake first, but then I promise I'll help you find your car.
Deal. You got yourself a deal.
What a win for the Blackhawks. You know, they scored all 3 of their goals in the second period. Connor Bedard had one. Andreas Athanasiou had his first goal of the season. Seth Jones had one. What did you think were some of the keys to victory today for the Blackhawks?
Well, we talked about how good the Dallas Stars team was and how many goals they scored. They're one of the best teams at scoring goals in the league, and so the Blackhawks needed a strong performance from their goalie, and that's what they got today from Peter Mrazek. He only let one get by him despite all those shots, and then the penalty kill. The players on the Blackhawks blocking shots and putting themselves in the way to protect that fortress, that castle in front of their net. So a solid effort there as well, Chris.
Yeah, you mentioned the great play by the defense too, specifically goaltender Peter Mrazek, but what a way to celebrate this never-before-seen Blackhawks hockey game on Tommy Hawk's birthday. Thanks so much for being a part of this with me, Dom. I really had fun.
This was a blast. Thank you for being a part of it, and thanks for Tommy for inviting us.
And thank you for watching. A very special game for the Blackhawks as they defeat the Dallas Stars in the first ever Blackhawks animated game. I tell you what, I think Tommy's going to want to do this again. I mean, the Blackhawks win. He gets all these great birthday presents. We'll talk to you next time on NBC Sports Chicago.